Hello, Dory. This is T-Lock.
Hi.
Hello, sweetie. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you also.
Okay, Dory. So let's just cut to the chase, okay? I already showed you that I didn't file this appeal, okay? Okay. If I didn't file something, okay, I shouldn't pay the consequences, okay? But I'm paying the consequences, right? Like I said, I
What
said,
are the consequences?
okay, good. I guess you don't know. The consequences is that my 4 year waiting to to follow protocol, to complete the process, because I never did see the special examination, that DDS wanted me to. My 4 year wait just went down the drain. This also affected my A and D case, right? Because it's affected my A and D case. What I'm trying to get at is I didn't file the appeal, nor do I have a copy of the appeal. No one is giving me the copy of the appeal because I didn't sign it. Okay? So this is affecting everything, right? Okay, now, if I have to start all over, I can't. Now let me tell you why. My 15-year services with Diversus House, because they were acting funny and they were supposed to help me with all this, um, with the Social Security stuff, but they were acting up. So I stood my ground with them, so they kicked me out because they didn't want to hold their own people accountable, right? So I keep hearing like the M9 being brought up, right? Okay, my mental health services, I've only I've only got from one person. So in order for me to get an M9, you have to be seen and you have to go through this process. I cannot do that. Okay, so where I'm ticked off is I try to clear everything up. Okay, before it got to the status that it is now, I'm held accountable for my actions. I'm not. I shouldn't be held accountable for what Paige submitted. Paige submitted it. That's why you hear the recording. It was Paige that submitted this online. So Paige is she's being deceitful. Eric is being deceitful. Why? Because I didn't submit anything. Now, when I went to the Social Security office, I just said, hey, can I get a copy? Because I'm being told to go over there because return mail was being sent to a prison address that I didn't put that down. I didn't use that. Okay, that's okay. Paige did that, which is kind of stupid because you think that being that the courts are in Denver, that they would recognize the address. And I try to clear up the address. I kept telling them, okay, that's not my address. Here's my address. Here's my address, and they kept being, twisted. So hold on before I forget. Okay, oh no, oh yeah. So when I went to the Social Security building, right? I made my brother my PAIGR rep. I go, can I please get a copy of what Paige submitted? I I, I didn't cuss. I wasn't. I was a little agitated, but not like towards them. You know what I'm saying? They kicked me out. They called Homeland Security. They said you need to leave, and I could not comprehend. I'm like, I don't understand. I'm just asking for a copy. So my case got dismissed. I'm getting kicked out of the building. Come on, Dory. Now, nobody wants to talk about Paige. I want to talk about Paige because Paige made herself involved. When you help somebody out, as far as my understanding, I was just talking to her. I didn't realize she was filling out paperwork because my brain is slow, right? And I noticed how she was talking to me as though we were working together. We were never working together. We were just like talking. Now, her position, as far as my understanding, was a navigator, not a representative. She ended up being a representative. Now, when I look up what is the representative and how this works, we both would have to go to Social Security and be like, okay, I'm choosing her as my rep. And that's what I did with my brother. I didn't know she was my rep because when I would call, okay, Denver, sweetie, they're telling me you have a rep. I go, no, I don't. Who's this rep? And the way they were responding was very deceitful towards me. And I'm like, no. So that's why I said I try to clear all this up. So when Paige was working with DHS, I told her, you're not my rep. You're not this. And she's like, I'm not your rep. I'm not this. I'm not this. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. Then how is it you submitted the appeal? Because I didn't do no appeal. So when I try to get a copy of the appeal, sweetie, they won't even give it to me. Now, I have my ssdi claim files. That appeal is not in there because I didn't sign it. Now, when I was talking about, okay, Marty, but now you kept saying, where do you live at? We don't have no information from you. Exactly. So how was it that you sent me an appeal? Because you have to send me the appeal, like for me to sign, and I would know the date. And I learned this by doing the second one. Now, Social Security Administration emailed me documents, but I never filled them out. I never filled anything out. That's why I said I didn't do anything. Now, I can also prove that I didn't submit the appeal because I would have submitted my own documents. I didn't do a functional report. I haven't submitted anything. So now go ahead, Dory, speak.
So one of the things that I saw when I was looking at the appeal.
Which appeal? The second one or the first one?
The one that you are saying where Paige was your representative.
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the first one. Yes, ma'am.
On the form, it says person submitting or agency representative.
Okay.
Paige was acting as the agency representative
Okay.
because she thought that you two were working together
Okay.
to fill out the paperwork.
Now watch this. Watch this.
And to submit that.
I'm very understandable, right? I'm very understandable, and I'm hearing what you're saying. Now watch this. When I spoke to Paige, okay, she didn't say she was representing me. She didn't say no. Like I said, we were just talking. Paige was very limited on discussing things. She never wanted to meet up because I kept getting nervous. I kept trying to meet up. Now watch this, sweetie. The only time that we met up, it was for an introduction. I have the ticket because you have to check in at the front desk, right? I have everything. I have the ticket and everything. Now Paige is saying we met up again in person. Now I'm gonna call her. Okay, I started. Okay, I'm gonna call her a liar. We never met up after that. Why? Because me and Eric was getting into it. I made a threat towards Paige, not to her, but I said I'm gonna throw shit and piss on Paige for the consequences of Eric. So we never met up. She goes, we're not gonna meet up, but I'm gonna still happy cheese out. So we never met up from that point. Now Paige ended up not continuing on, right? So I gave it some time and I still needed help. So I asked Eric, can I get a different navigator? He goes, no. If you want someone to help you, Paige is I'm going to assign her. I go, I don't want her. We're not getting along. He goes, that's the only way we're going to do it. I go, fine. Let's see how this plays out. So when she came back, I go, Paige, we're not doing nothing by phone. And I have that conversation. Now, because I'm close to the location on Jetwing, I go, if we're going to continue, meet me over here. And that was before I got kicked off that property. I go, we're going to do things in person because I didn't like anything that was going on. We never met up. So that's how I'm telling you. Paige is lying. Eric is lying because Paige is stating that we met up after that. We never met up at all. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Now what you say, if what you say is correct, Paige didn't even, try to clear it up. Like, hold on. Maybe T-Zoc is misunderstanding me. She didn't try to talk about this. And again, watch this. If what you say is true, Dory, why is she using a prison address? Why wouldn't I not? If I was working with her, then she would have knew where I lived at. But she doesn't know where I live at. So she used an address that's on my ID. Now, every time I interacted with Social Security, they would bring this up and I would give them the change of address of my location. Well, it's not my location, but at the address, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to state it, but at the address, this happened 3 times. And when I try to get information...
You say that...
Excuse me?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, Dory. Go ahead.
I was asking, you said it's the address on your ID.
Yes.
You don't have to tell me what it is.
No. Hold on. You're misunderstanding me. The address on my ID is the prison address. Why would I use that?
Okay.
It's not I know not to use that. I'm saying when I have spoken to Social Security, I get misunderstood a lot, right? When I spoken to Social Security, because they're always calling me, pretending that Jenny's trying to get a hold of me, my DDS caseworker, okay? That's why I said, like, she's behind all this, really. I would give them the address where I was at. This happened 3 times. Because they tried to tell me that it was General Mail. I never switched anything. So here's what I'm trying to tell you, sweetie. If I was working with Paige, then Paige would know where my location's at, my address. I never gave that to her. Now, I don't know if you got the recording of me and Andrew. Andrew and I were talking about things. It was never supposed to be about the address and all this stuff. But Andrew kept pressuring, where do you live at? Where do you live at? Where do you live at? Getting me more in a paranoid state. That's why I told him, I started cussing at him. It doesn't make sense. You don't need to know my address because I'm using General Mail for the process of A&D and all that. He kept trying to drill it to me. Okay, so I'm getting nervous. Why? I didn't understand because the conversation was never about my address. But because my brain is putting things together, it was for Paige. Because, like I said, if I was really working with Paige, come on, Dory, then I would be like, here's my address. Or she would tell me, Tizak, I'm going to be doing this. I told Aaron, whoever, before all this started, I'm damaged, I'm very paranoid. Let the person know they have to break things down 1, 2, 3 to me because I'm very damaged. And being that I was already dealing with issues with the, DHS, right? And they're not being held accountable, I'm already put like in a defensive stance. I was willing to work with, Paige. See, I'm not saying that I wasn't, but Paige wasn't up front. So when I'm finding all this stuff out and I'm talking to her, I go, you're not my rep. She had plenty of time to go fix this. When I said you're not my rep, she didn't say, yes, I am, T-Doc. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Dory.
She was the agency.
Regardless, when I brought this to her, but hold on, when I brought this to her attention, she's like, I'm not your representative. I'm not anything. Okay, cool. So that's what I'm saying. I'm understand what you're saying, but you don't even make sense because even when I spoken to Paige and like Eric also, and Eric, they're not saying she's like, we're the agency, she says, I'm not representing you.
Well, could it have been a misunderstanding? Especially if you said, you've even acknowledged that sometimes, you talk fast.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Dory.
Is it possible that it could have been a misunderstanding between the two of you?
It could have been possible, but how can it have been possible? Well, hold on. Like I said, I'm open for everything. I don't got the horse blinders on, but I'm saying every time I spoke to Paige, which wasn't a lot, and I can show you, she kept trying to call me. I was ignoring her. Apparently, I'm showing I don't want to work with her. Now watch this. Show me where it says she's supposed to ask me for my security questions. Like how you call Social Security and ask you like for your mom's. Show me where it says that I'm supposed to give up my identity to another person. She kept trying to say, Tizak, can I hear your security questions? Can you give me your security questions? I'm like, no. I'm showing, clear indication, Dory. I thought you knew all this, right? So I apologize that I'm being rude to you. She's showing clear indication of deceitfulness, like of dishonesty, because if I was working with her, then I would be working with her. But she kept trying to get personal information from me, and I wasn't giving it to her. That's what I'm saying.
She needs some personal information to be able to fill out.
Maybe she did, but I never gave it to her, right? Right, Dory?
You know how Social Security, they're so...
But I never cooperated with her. Yeah, and that's fine.
They're just so concerned with people's, personal information. They want to be careful with it. And I can't speak to what Paige was asking you about your personal questions. I don't know how that works, and I don't know what happened.
But I'm telling you, because I'm the victim, and I'm telling you that I did not cooperate with her.
About the address.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
I will say about the address,
let's talk.
Though, is that for the Social Security, you admitted at the beginning of this phone call that you didn't want to give Paige your address.
No. I didn't say I didn't want to. Hold on. You're misunderstanding me. I didn't say I didn't want to. I just said I wasn't giving her anything like that. It's not that I didn't want to.
Right.
I'm just listening to Paige. Like, let's say our conversation is going on. I'm just listening to her. I'm just listening, just listening. It's not that I didn't want to.
She wouldn't be able to fill out an application without some kind of an address. And so if that was what was on your ID, I'm sure that was the address that was used.
Yeah.
It might even be the address that the Social Security Administration has stored in their database.
Okay, that part you lost me on. Regardless, Dory, what I'm saying is, if I was rolling with Paige, we wouldn't have issues. But when I was getting told this and this, because it's throwing me off, right? It's throwing me off. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, because Paige didn't say I was going to represent you. A navigator, she should put on her on her email thing, I'm a representative. A navigator is someone that helps you navigate. She kept saying, I'm going to help you fill stuff out. She never once said that she was going to submit. So regardless, if she's lying, because she's the one that's lying, saying we're together and that we're doing this together, and I'm saying, in order for that to stick, I would have to agree to that. And I'm saying we didn't do nothing together. I never met up with her in person because she's trying to say that I went to her office, okay? And that's what I'm saying. This is easy to prove. I never went to her office because you have to check in. And there's cameras there. So, okay, so I'm trying to state that I tried to prevent this. Now, watch this. If we were working together, I tried to put a restraining order on her. The judge wouldn't grant it to me. That's not showing that I'm working with her. I'm trying to stop her.
I know. I think that Paige thought that you two were working together.
Come on. A restraining order, and I'm sending it to her. Okay. Yeah, but I'm showing her like restraining orders that are filed. Yeah, come on, Dory. You can't keep making excuses because I'm showing her, look, I filed a restraining order on you. Not only that, I don't know how she got my brother's phone number, because my brother's like, well, Paige called me asking for you. I'm like, what? I never gave Paige. That's what I'm saying. What you're saying, you're adorable. Just let me get that out. I think you're sweet, and I think you're actually being honest and transparent. So am I, though. But watch this. Let's get to now. But I'm suffering consequences. Even when I try to talk to Marty Bunnell, and I said, and I'm asking, can you please give me a copy? Give me what was submitted. She wouldn't even give me what was submitted. So if everything is fine and dandy, no one is giving me stuff where I can look over. Oh, okay, maybe it is me. Like I said, my signature would have had to been on that appeal. It would have had to, but it's not.
So our navigators do help. That's all they do is help people apply for these.
Okay.
And so that's what Paige thought she was helping you do.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, but I'm still dealing with Social Security.
If doing it remotely, then there would be no signature.
But hold on.
She's helping you remotely.
But hold on, sweetie. Hold on. See, this is where it's frustrating, and I wanted to meet up with you to show you stuff. Paige is saying we did it together. That's a lie. She said we were in person. That's why I can't accept what you're saying. Because if she's saying we was in person, I'm like, we was never in person except for an introduction. That's showing signs of deceitfulness and dishonesty because we never did nothing in person. That's why I'm saying it's really counteracting what you're trying to tell me. Because Paige is like, well, we did it together, and in person, not over the phone, not online, sweetie. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so the second time you're saying that she wasn't with you.
We never met. We only met once, sweetie. Again, okay? Like I said, I just think you're adorable. Okay. We only met once for an introduction. That's it. Just hi, because I wanted to meet her. After that, we never met in person.
You couldn't meet the second time. You couldn't meet the second time.
We never met
because of the threat.
Huh? What happened? Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So do you get what I'm getting? Okay. So that's what I'm saying. Now, you're adorable and I like you already, Dory, okay? And you're just trying to make the best of things. And I'm trying to tell you, we never met. Paige is stating that we met and we did stuff together. Yeah, I can't accept that because I never met up with her. I tried to meet up with her on this side of town, and she didn't want to. That's why I'm calling, liar this, and I'm cussing because I'm saying this is too easy to figure out. That Paige is lying. There's no more misunderstandings. Okay, because she's saying we met up together and I cannot agree to that. And I have the evidence to show we never met up. And she's trying to say that I met up with her at the Citizen Building, sweetie. I never went on that side of town because I said, and I have the email, the only way this is going to work and to continue is if you meet me on this side of town. Now do you understand me, Dory? Now watch this. Now I'm suffering consequences. And now I'm being told protocol this, protocol that. I've always followed protocols, M9s and all that. I've always did everything. But here's where I'm getting like a little offensive. Nothing was followed by protocol on Paige. Because it's really, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to you, Dory. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what you say. It matters what I say. Because she didn't follow protocols. And like I said, I try to clear it up. I'm going to keep going back to that. Before it got to where it's at. And I'm the one that's dealing with Social Security, right? Not Paige. I'm the one that's getting into it with with Marley Bonnell, which is the clerk, and I'm calling her bitch, fuck you. And even after that, right, I kept calling, say, look, we need to clear this up. This is incorrect. Because, watch this, Dory, how do I get to Denver? If I wanted an appeal in Denver, how do I get to Denver? Why?
They almost never do in-person hearings, though. That's probably why. I mean, the address of the court is in Denver.
Wait a minute.
I do administrative hearings.
Here's where I'm going to get you, Dory.
Weekly, and they're
I understand that
all
part.
online.
But here's where I'm going to get you. This is not my first SSDI claim. My first SSDI claim stayed in Colorado Springs, and the hearing was done here. I just wasn't able to make it because I was in prison. My mom, did some funny stuff. So my first SSDI claim, hearing everything, all the process stayed here.
Was that before COVID?
I don't understand your question. What do you mean? Well, yeah, well, I mean, you would think, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
That hearing was before COVID?
Yeah.
So a lot of things, like especially the ALJ, they're all online now since COVID because they figured out they don't need to have people in person.
Okay, so, Dory. Now watch this. Watch this. But hold on, Dory. I'm going to keep getting you. You're not going to get me. When I talk to Marley,
I'm not trying to get
what I'm trying to say, but hold on. Oh, okay, but I'm just trying to say, no matter what you throw at me, I spoke to Marley. I wasn't given an opportunity online. I wasn't given an opportunity by phone. She says, if you are not here, T-Doc, in person, your case is going to get dismissed. She's threatening me. And I'm trying to plead with her. You heard the recording. How do I show up to Denver? This isn't me. I try to plead with her. That's why at the end I said, I cussed her out. I go, you know what? Because it's impossible for me. Watch this, Dory. If I was rolling with Paige, I'm gonna keep going back to this. And everything was cool. That means that's showing that I'm ready and I'm prepped and I'm ready to go forward. I was thrown off by everything. I was not ready. Now watch this. Even when talking to Marley, I'm trying to say, okay. Even if I try to roll with everyone, they wouldn't allow me to call my witnesses. They wouldn't allow me to send my own paperwork. I'm like, this is crazy. That's what I'm trying to tell you. They're not allowing me to call my witnesses. They're not allowing me to, submit my own documents. I never did a function report. I can't use my hands. That's what I'm saying. When I spoke to Social Security, okay, prior to all this, prior to Paige coming in, I spoke to a Eugene, and I have that conversation recorded. I go, sir, there's some funny stuff going on. I'm very paranoid. I'm all stuttering and stuff. I go, I'm not going to turn nothing in. I go, can you tell me the process of how this all works? That way, if someone tries to come in and goes like a crooked way, at least I could call them out like you're lying and this is funny because I don't know this process. Eugene told me the process. He goes, if you don't feel comfortable turning nothing in, T-Doc, don't wait until it ends up here in Colorado Springs because we make the ultimate decision. So I was like, cool, right on. That's what I'm saying. Every time I talk to Marley, even if I wanted to go with the program, I'm like, okay, she's not giving me the information while it is me that you have to go through me to get subpoenas. Not only that, you're going to laugh. When my brother became involved and I put a stop because we didn't show up on that court date, March 16th. We called on March 16th. Christy told us it was a Paige that submitted the appeal. And what is the process from here? They're going to, now because my brother is involved, they said, well, we're going to contact your brother. We have his information, blah, 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 blah. No one not even contacted him. So since no one contacted him, now, like I said, I record everything. We contacted them. They didn't even know that my brother was my rep. I have the Social Security letter stating he's my payee rep, right? But when I call Social Security Colorado Springs or Denver, no, you don't have a payee rep. This is all the way crooked. And I have the documentation and just, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You're innocent too, Dory. I'm innocent. But I'm suffering consequences. Now, Deborah, in her first dismissal, is telling me where I live at. She's telling me that I live in Denver and that I moved from Denver to Colorado Springs. Now, no judge is going to tell me where I lived at. And I've never lived in Denver. Now, my Medicaid ended up going to Adams County, which I kind of find that was odd. And nobody can tell me why my Medicaid is in Adams County. When Alicia, because she was my caseworker, I'm like, because I'm being questioned. Well, she's like, do you know your Medicaid's in Adams County? I'm like, no. They're like, have you ever lived there? Well, no. And when I brought this up to Alicia, sweetie, she goes, it doesn't matter where it's at, T-Doc. It's just closed. These are your people. You know what I'm saying? And so my brain's putting it together. Oh, they're trying to make it look like I'm in Denver, or like at one point in time I was in Denver. I've never lived in Denver, okay? I would never live, I would never use a prison address to get mail. So all this is crooked. And I'm sorry
Can I
that
ask you?
I'm sorry that you're brought into this, sweetie, and I'm sorry. I feel so ridiculous being offended towards you because you're trying to process it and you're trying to look for some mutual ground, and it's just not to be disrespectful. It's not going to work because, like I said, sweetie, no matter how you put it, there was crooked stuff even on that side with Denver, and I'm being threatened that if I do not show up, you're going to dismiss it, and I can show you more cards. Like I said, I got a lot of stuff. I'm not. I'm not going to show everything. I'm not going to show my whole hand in this card game. I have other conversations with supervisors over there. I'm telling them my whole story. Look, I was kicked out just for asking for this. Everybody just wants to ignore what happened to me. This left me traumatized, sweetie. So if I'm going to start all over, I can't even go back to that freaking building. And if I am to, sign documents to the Social Security,
Which building?
the one on Pikes Peak, sweetie. I'm never going anywhere now. You know what I'm saying? I am super paranoid because nobody wanted to fix nothing. Now, let me explain also about Homeland Security. So when the final decision was made, okay, this was made in December. I was just like, geez, like how you eat? How are you going to eat? Because this affects my A&D and food stamps. So I made a threat. It's when I threatened Denver and I threatened I threatened you people. I said, fuck it. Let's see where this goes. I'm going to kill you. Dude, that's what I said. I was trying to get law enforcement involved. I didn't know they were going to call Homeland Security, sweetie. Homeland Security left a card with some people. Those people said, T-Doc, they're trying to get hold of you. Cool. I called with excitement and joy. Let me tell you, Dory, because this was my opportunity to explain why I did what I did. Because I wasn't allowed to put a restraining order. So now I got, Dana. Dana is a special agent. She goes, what's going on, T-Doc? Talk to me. And this was right before the New Year's. And I was so happy and I'm excited. She goes, okay, T-Doc, I'm not going to arrest you. I understand. Yeah, you're not a threat. I understand what you're, doing. But, cool. You know what I'm saying? Now, because she gave me her card, she has an email address. She just wanted to bounce. I go, nah, you're not going to, I need you to investigate this. That's when I was sending her stuff. I've always kept in contact with Dana. So this stressed me so much, this has got me paranoid, kept me paranoid, and it affected my body. I have peripheral neuropathy. I can't walk. And they said it's either because of drinking or stress or you're getting old. Well, I don't drink, okay, Dory. This has got me so stressed out. So being that I was still nervous with, with Dana, with Special Agent Dana, I don't call her Special Agent Dana because I cannot recognize law enforcement. I just call her Dana. I asked permission. I go, Dana, if you're going to arrest me, please just wait until they do surgery or whatever. Can I go to the hospital? She's like, go to the hospital. You need to go to the hospital. Go. I'm not going to arrest you. I just want you to know I kept in contact with her. Someone that's a criminal person is not going to do that. And I always called her and I talked to her and stuff. She said that DHS, because she tried to investigate it, I guess. She said, she's like, DHS says that you didn't authorize this to be a rep and all this. And I go back, but the documents say different though. The documents say different. Paige is on my ssdi claim, and Paige's line that we met up. Like I said, if someone would just talk to me and just talk, like we're doing now, if this would have happened back then, what I'm saying, I should have suffered no consequences, okay? And I'm still threatening Social Security up there, but they blocked me. They just blocked me. Because like I said, I'm letting them know that, come on, I'm disabled. And now since we're talking about this, let's talk about now, Dory. Okay, let's talk about now. So you guys are willing to help me. And like I said, I want your help, but I'm not going to sign nothing. If you guys could do if you guys could do stuff crooked without my signature, well, hold on. I'm going to explain why I'm saying that. If everything that was done with Paige and there was no signature, I'm not the one that's going to be crooked and try to get you guys in trouble. I'm just saying I want your guys' help. But I don't think I should have to sign anything because I didn't sign anything before. And look what happened. That's all. Sweetie, you can't blame me.
If on your phone, do you have an ability? If we send you something that needs a signature, do you have the ability to sign something digitally from your phone?
No. What sucks is no, not all phones do that. I think you know that, and no, ma'am, I do not. And that's another thing. I can't do that.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So could you? So okay, go off on that piece, I want to ask you something. You said something about jet wings.
Yeah.
What is that? Where you were getting your medical services before?
Okay, that's a beautiful question. Okay, okay. Now I lived in Colorado Springs for over 30 years. I've been hit by cars. My arm used to come out. It used to come out for 6 or 7 years. Okay. There's a bolt in there, right? All those records are destroyed. I've been to mental, to their evaluations, all this stuff to prove, because that's what I was basing my Social Security on. I wasn't basing it on the stuff now. I found out that UC House, because when they took over, they destroyed everything. So I got hit by a car again on September 24th, 2019, a few months after I got out of prison. Also, my right bicep is torn. I just happened to fall down, and like during my catch is when it ripped. It didn't rip like when I fell. I'm just trying to explain to you. It ripped as I was trying to catch myself. So I'm very fragile. Okay, so my primary is with Peak Vista. They're not doing nothing. This is 3 or 4 years into this. Now, the first original doctor that was supposed to do surgery had me go get 5 referrals on top of the ER referral, from Peak Vista. But he never did anything. He's through Centura. His business is orthopedics of excellence, right? His name is Dr. Donor. Now, they're trying to hide him. And I go, you can't hide him, because where else do I get my referrals from? It's Peak Vista. You know what I'm saying? So me and Peak Vista are getting into it, right? They wouldn't, because I go in there recording, because I have a case to prove. They kept saying no, and they would call the cops, but the cops wouldn't touch me because I'm not being aggressive. I'm just recording my interaction. So eventually they let me record. But in the recording and in them describing stuff, they're trying to put the blame on me for the reason why my arm's not getting done. So in either case, I was kicked off the property because I threatened, the vice president. Well, I didn't threaten him. He tried to say my phone number's disconnected and all this. In other words, he didn't want to be recorded because I was showing him like recordings. And so, so I made a threat. So I'm not allowed on that property at all. Now, being that, Diversus House, like I said, I've been with them for 14 years when it was Aspen Point, sweetie. And my services were on the west side, but I'm homeless on this side. They were doing stuff, causing issues. They were using an ROI without my permission. Like I said, everyone's doing crooked stuff. And they don't want to check their people, right? So now I'm not allowed on that property at all because I cannot go to Diversus House. And I don't know no other mental health place. And being, let's say like if I was to start.
To help you with that?
Yes, ma'am. And I did ask for that. But here's what I'm saying. In order to get the M9, you have to be seen a few times. I don't have it like that.
I know, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
why we have to get you in somewhere.
Yes, ma'am. I want your guys' help. But where I'm going to be stuck at, and you can't blame me. If I didn't sign nothing with Paige, and she was able to do all this, then I'm not going to sign nothing. And I'm not trying to be deceitful, get you guys in trouble. Let's just help me. That's all I'm saying. And you can't blame me. That at some point or another, no one is being held accountable, right? Only T-Dog. So I'm just going to stand my ground. I'm not trying to be deceitful or have a lawsuit. I don't have it like that, and I don't want trouble. I just said, just help me, and I'm not gonna sign nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I think that should be granted because
if the Social Security Administration would allow you, because I just found this out, I didn't know this.
Yes, ma'am.
That they will do their own assessment, so you wouldn't need to go see somebody else besides Peak Vista for your assessment. If we could facilitate that, I don't even know what that looks like. I'm just telling you from the very beginning.
You're too cool, Dory.
If we could facilitate that with SSA, would you participate in that?
Wow, you're shocking me every way. But hold on, before I'm going to answer that. Here's another problem that I have, and you're smart. Rules have changed according to disabilities and stuff. I was in there, for 4 or 5 years waiting and all this stuff, right? So being that I'm going to have to enter into this and start all over, here's where my concern is at. New rules, new stuff. Yeah, I'm willing to, but at the same time, Social Security, they don't cooperate. You know what I'm saying? They make stuff harder. Now, I've never been down this avenue, and I'm willing to go down this avenue. But I just want you to know that I'm nervous at all this because starting all over is a big deal for me. You know what I'm saying? And just,
It's a big deal for anybody. anybody.
But as long as I'm
No
talking
matter
to
what
you
it is.
and you're understanding and I feel your heart, I think you know I'm not a threat, Dory, and I'm being cool with you and you're being cool with me. Yes, Dory, I want help. I just don't want no crooked stuff. That's all I'm asking you.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. So how could I, if I'm involved in those conversations?
Oh, no way. Yes, ma'am. Oh, I thought you was going to bounce. I'm so excited. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because I truly feel that you're empathetic, sympathy, and you just want things to go on. Yes, ma'am. I would like for you to stay involved. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to cry. Wow.
And really, it's because I know that you hate dealing with DHS. I mean, I can tell you don't want to deal with us, right? And
Well,
so
I mean, consider everything that's happened to me.
security,
Yeah, I'm just saying, consider everything that's happened to me. It's not that I hate you guys. I love you. I love people. I just don't like what you guys do, and just it keeps being repetitive. But go ahead, sweetie. I don't want to interrupt you. Yeah.
so if you did get the Social Security, you wouldn't have to deal with us
Of
for
course.
the A and D
Oh, yes,
anymore
yes.
because Social
Yes, ma'am.
Security replaces that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Correct.
So I think that's probably a good idea. So is it okay with you that I contact someone and try to set up like a meeting so that we could at least ask Social Security if they'd be willing to do an assessment so you don't have to go to the doctor for the form?
Dory, you're just really shocking me right now. I was expecting a lot of like hitting the brakes on your end. You're actually rolling with me. I think you care about me. I want you involved. I don't want you to leave. I don't know if that's answering your question. I don't want you to go away, Dory. And I think I do have issues. You know what I'm saying? And I am disabled.
I mean, you've told us that you do. You've told me that you do, and I'm hugely sympathetic and empathetic.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
I have lots of people in my life like that.
Okay.
So
Yes,
I
ma'am.
don't know. To be honest, I've never had to do this for anybody else
Yes, ma'am.
before.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
so
ma'am.
it might take me a little bit. It might take me a couple phone calls trying to figure out how I facilitate this. But
Not a
are
problem.
you okay?
I'm okay
with
because you're getting me comfortable.
a couple-
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think I don't hear no deceptiveness in your voice. It's not going down, my red flags, but I truly believe you're gonna help those red flags go down. Just please, Dory, just please, just don't do me wrong because that's all I'm used to DHS doing me. And just if anything, just communicate with me, and just stay involved. Yes,
I
ma'am.
will.
Yes, ma'am. Is that okay? Can we
I
shake
will.
on that? Yes, yes. And let me take this opportunity to tell you, like I said, I want to hear your voice. I am totally sorry. I don't mean to talk to you like that. Okay, I don't mean to talk to them like that. And like I said, I'm scared and I'm nervous. And I shouldn't be like this. Okay, sweetie. And like I said, I am sorry. I am sorry. You're a woman. You're a lady, and you don't seem to know a lot of stuff that's going on too. And like I said, I will be totally transparent. I'm saying, but I do get misunderstood a lot, and I love you, Dory, and I just want you to hear that, and I mean it. And so, yes, ma'am, let's get TZOC on the right path. Let's get DHS corrected, and let's just move forward. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
So then I am
Wow.
going to make a couple phone calls. You know how it is with government. People don't respond very quickly. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
it's
Yes, ma'am.
not going to probably happen,
No,
super
I
quickly,
understand that.
but
I want us to take our time. But here's another thing that I got concerned. Am I gonna get paid on the first? Because I'm nervous.
for what? For SNAP or for A&D?
For both. Because I'm just standing my ground, you know what I'm saying, sweetie? I'm not doing nothing wrong. I haven't done nothing wrong. And I just truly believe that I should not suffer any more consequences that I already suffered as far as my SSDI claim being dismissed and being kicked and like me getting kicked out of the building. Or if you can fix or work on that to where, well, since we're moving in the right direction, you know what I'm saying? That's where I'm nervous at,
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I don't know about do you usually get your deposits on the first?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And they're telling me that they're going to stop it. That's what I'm saying. I'm going in front of the hearing judge because I thought you know all this. DHS or like EVA, they're saying, well, TZOC, since your case was dismissed, we have to close you. And I'm saying, but it was dismissed with an appeal hearing that I didn't submit. And that's just the bottom line, you know what I'm saying? So we're just having conflicts. And I thought you knew this. So I I'm still gonna stand my ground, but we're gonna move forward. But like I said, I don't believe I should suffer any more consequences.
Okay, so I'll ask about this.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have access to those systems that people like
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Eva do.
Yes, ma'am.
But I will.
Or just talk to her.
I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
ask about May 1st.
Yes, ma'am. Talk to her.
What? I'm sorry.
I'm saying, yes, ma'am, talk to her. Here's what they're requiring me to do is get the M9. Well, hold on. You know, they're willing, I mean, because the M9 that I have now that's on file, that's still good. So she's willing to accept that.
No, they said it's not. They said it's not.
No,
they
sweetie.
Said, well, it's good until like June or July or something like that.
Yeah,
So,
and that she's willing to accept that for now. That's what I'm saying. So the only thing that I need to get done is the application. That's what she said. Yeah.
well, but then even if you don't get a new one, then even if you apply and get accepted, it's going to expire. Like
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, no, yeah.
That's like 2 months away.
Yes, ma'am. But we're talking about now. Yes, ma'am. But that's why I'm asking about the first now. All I need to do is get the application in. Yeah, the M9 will expire, and I'm gonna, you know, I want the services to to try to get another one. But I'm just nervous about now, and I'm just letting you know she's willing to accept the M9 still, and I just need to get this application done.
Okay.
Or do you misunderstand me?
So obviously.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will try to figure this out. I will talk to Eva about the 1st of May and about your SNAP and A&D benefits.
Okay.
Because I don't have that answer right now, but I
Yes,
will
ma'am. Yes,
try
ma'am.
to find out.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we will talk about how we get you some kind of an assessment with the SSA so that you don't have to go to the doctor. But
Okay,
I
yes.
want to tell you this.
Yes, ma'am.
If the SSA will not allow you to do the assessment with them, we're going to have to figure out a different medical provider that you can go to.
Not a problem.
Not Peak Vista.
Not a problem.
We do have other ones that we could send you to.
Okay.
That we could recommend.
I'm open for that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That's what I want. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I don't know nothing else.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I would need your help.
those are my action items. That's what I'm going to do. But remember, I got to call a whole bunch of people who probably aren't going to get back to me real quick.
I understand,
so
Dory.
It might take a little while.
I understand, Dory, that everything's a process and things are not in our hands. I want you to know, I just wanted to be safe with you and feel comfortable, and I'm trying. Once that's established, yeah, we have to, do our thing and wait for stuff. Yes, ma'am. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just nervous. That's all about the first.
Okay,
yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
But when I make phone calls to people, I will text you to let you know what I'm working on so that you're not just floundering, not knowing what's happening.
Not a problem, Dory. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So, so just to to lump sum up, can we go over everything again? Because like I said, I have brain damage. So we're gonna work together.
Yes.
You're gonna stay involved, right? You're gonna remain involved, and just like
stay involved.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, and I want you, and you want this, and okay, cool. And like I said, I apologize for my actions, sweetie. And let's just roll forward, and yeah, let's be cool. I'll watch my mouth.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so you have a good one, and you enjoy the day. Yes, ma'am. You have a good one, and you enjoy the day. Okay, sweetie. So about when will I be hearing back from you? About when? Like next week, of course, right?
So I'm gonna try to make some phone calls today when we get off the phone.
Yes, ma'am.
And whenever they respond to me, I will text you and let you know. Or if I have questions, if I need answers from you about
anytime.
Anything,
yes, ma'am. Anytime. Yes, ma'am.
Ask what I'll text you and I'll say, hey, we need to talk.
Not a problem. Yes, perfect. Yes, ma'am. Oh, that's so cool. So let me also, I was going to ask you something. Oh, can you tell me real quick about the fish? Remember you telling me about Dory? I wanted to hear that story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The story about the voice changer that
yes,
I
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I want to hear it, verbally. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me?
Adults would always think they were funny. Like when I was out at the grocery store or at a restaurant or something, they'd hear my name and they'd say, oh, your name is Dory. You speak whale. So I would pull that thing out of my purse and speak through it so it sounded like my voice.
Oh, that's cool. Whale. That's neat. Oh, yeah. Do you still have that toy?
No.
Oh, that's a cute story. I'm glad that you shared that with me. What an honor it is to meet you, Dory. Yeah. So, yes. So, okay, so let's just keep fishing and let's just keep fishing. Let's keep, swimming and let's do this. All right, Dory? Thank you so much for your time. You have a good one, okay? All right, bye.
Okay.